India stands at the cusp of dramatic social and economic transformation under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and it is right that he has termed 75th Independence Day, which we are celebrating this year, as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Now the key focus is to propel India towards a 5 trillion economy by 2030. Now in order to propel a 5 trillion economy, lot of plan of action is in place. So the previous 5 years or around almost 6 years, lot of schemes and lot of policies have been reformed. So to name a few, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. So the importance of girl education is being highlighted upon, and it is in full-fledged. Jan Aadhaar Mobile JAM is an important initiative by the government to connect technology even to the smallest of villages. Then the supply driven, the entire approach has been shifted from a supply driven economy to a demand driven economy, which is very, very important, which has brought about tremendous change in our Indian economy. And the main concept of Make in India has really propelled well, and it is going in a full-fledged manner, which has given rise to a lot of young entrepreneurs. So wherein it is also boosting the e-commerce. I would say great emphasis is given to the boosting of the e-commerce and giving preference for apprentices. A lot of young entrepreneurs are being identified and are given space in order to take the economy to the next level. And Namami Gange, so this is very, very important. Ganga, the holy Ganges otherwise called, actually caters to 40% of the population. So apart from being it regarded as a holy river, I think it's serving almost 40% of the population of India. So the cleaning up of the Ganga project was initiated, and it is almost complete. And if you see, the GDP growth rate has skyrocketed to almost 7.4%. So when we talk about the GDP, it is also to be spoken about the tax GDP ratio. So normally a tax GDP ratio, it is if any economy is having a very less tax GDP ratio, which means it's a struggle for the economy. So current tax GDP ratio, if you take for India, it is 17%. And I think the plans are properly catered, so that by they have plans to take it to 22% by 2030. And for farmers, great amount of changes have come about in the farming. So per drop more crop is a concept which was introduced, which is really helping the farmers yield in a higher ratio. And the corrupt free governance, which is very important. So when we talk about the corrupt free government, and definitely we'll have to have complete transparency in what is going on in the government. That is again there. And when we talk about the changes or the actions in pertaining to the academic per se, GIAN is one important project. GIAN. So GIAN is nothing but Global Initiative on Academic Network. Now this is very, very important, especially, so normally a brain drain happens in the postgraduate level where students don't have a proper infrastructural labs, nor they have the faculty for them to handle those subjects. Now through this GIAN project, they are trying to collaborate with other universities, and they are trying to give the best possible education for the postgraduate level students. And the National Education Registry is something which is already in the plans. So once it is implemented, it will be of great benefit to again the education department, because the entire academic details of each and every student will be registered. So we get a complete data of the literacy percentage of our nation. And there are few more projects which are already almost in the verge of taking in implementation stage, like affordable housing is one, where every individual is likely to get a house, and single window clearance is one which is going to be in place. and so entire government related process will be under one single window. And the clear block of pending cases is again a policy which is going to be implemented, and connect with industry, which is very, very important, I think, which is the need of the hour, I would say, because we have a lot of industries, but then what happens is we are not able to implement it in the fullest possible manner. So latest technology is being taught to them. At the same time, the equipment is set in such a way that the overall output is really high, and plans of making villages in a digital manner, that is again which is going to propel the economy to the next level. And farmers, when I talk about farmers now, earlier there were a lot of middlemen that was going on, middlemen who were actually lynchers, I would say, that they eat up a lot of the money that really goes to the farmers, and now they have made it as farmers to agripreneurs, which is very, very important, because they have been taught on the entire process of farming till the time they go and submit their yield and get the profit. So farmers are changing into agripreneurs. At the same time, explore in India, because as a developing nation, we depend a lot on other nations for certain things when it comes to so many other minerals and all. So that is the reason explore in India, especially mineral exploration, is taking a huge shape. And I think once this initiative is taken in a fullest swing, I think great changes are likely to come up in our nation. And connecting the roadways and railways and airways in a better infrastructure. So digitalizing, now already digital tickets are already in place, and then making the entire network of the railways and inward waterways, everything in an efficient manner, so that export is also taken care. So if you see in action, overall complete, starting from the farming and the industrial sector, and talking about the GDP of it in the academic, overall if you see, a complete transformation has already happened, and even the new ideas which are likely to be implemented in the coming years are having a great plan of action for them to implement it in a fullest manner, so that for sure, as per the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, we will definitely make Indian economy to a 5 trillion by 2030. Thank you.